So here's the big question, and I'm hearing it a lot. Should we root for the Bengals? The AFC North champs pulled out a remarkable win during one of several amazing games this weekend. And as they prepare to face the Chiefs this Sunday, a lot of Browns fans find themselves torn and wondering, is it okay to cheer on this scrappy young team with a goony nice quarterback? After all, they're from our home state, right? But is it right? I asked Browns fans on Facebook if they were rooting for or against Cincinnati this weekend, and I'll just say, while there were indeed plenty of Browns fans who definitely stated, often with quite salty language, that they would never ever root for the Bengals, I was surprised to see that the vast majority of respondents are actually pulling for Cincinnati. And I have to say I have very conflicting feelings about this. On one hand, it's kind of nice to see how many Browns fans seem to be good-natured and emotionally mature enough to find it in their hearts to cheer on their downstate division rival. But on the other hand, and my overall takeaway from reading through the comments was, are you kidding me? You can't root for the Bengals. You're Browns fans. What in the Sam Ratigliano is wrong with you people? We don't root for the Bengals. It's just not right. And I've heard the two primary arguments being put forth to defend this unsavory practice. One, they're from Ohio, just like us. Aw, who cares? Yes, they do reside within our state's boundaries, but one must remember that they're actually much closer to Kentucky than they are to Cleveland, both geographically and culturally, I assure you. And two, Joe Burrow's a great guy. How can you not root for him? Watch me, it's easy. Hey, Joe Burrow, you seem like a great guy. Also, I hope you lose this Sunday because you play for the Cincinnati Bengals. See, that wasn't hard. This does perhaps seem to be a bit of a generational thing. Based on the entirely unscientific Facebook poll, it seems that people from my Generation X and baby boomers are far less willing to cheer for the Bengals than the millennials and the Gen Z kids are. See, I was raised to wish misfortune upon every team in our division. When I was a child, that included me having to hate the Houston Oilers because they were in our division at the time. Requiring a small child to detest a football team and their entire Texas fan base is a lot to ask of a 6-year-old, especially because I had no idea where Texas even was. But I did it, because I was informed that as a Browns fan, that was the right thing to do. Now, as far as how much we should root against the Bengals, I'll point you to this handy chart. As you can see, there are two variations because there's a lot of internet disagreement as to which team should have the top hate spot, and there's really no wrong answer. Traditionalists tend to lean towards having Pittsburgh up there, but I myself despise Baltimore supremely and prefer the latter. Neither is wrong, but as you can see in either variation, you'll find Cincinnati locked in securely at the bottom for a variety of reasons, but primarily because they've always been pretty bad like us and we've never had as much direct reason to despise them as the other two squads. But I'm sorry, the simple fact that they are just not the Steelers or the Ravens is not enough for me, and I cannot condone cheering for them. As a Browns fan, first and foremost, I want my team to win. But if they can't, and they so often can't, the next best thing is for my enemies to lose. So while I applaud the open-mindedness of my fellow Browns fans who are backing the Bengals this weekend, I'm afraid I shan't be joining you. So call me petty if you will, because I am, and go Chiefs.